Yo, who snooze reacted? That's so lame. Oh my god. Ugh. I'm gonna wait for people to get in here. I'm gonna wait. What's up, Johnny? Okay, let me get the videos up because I want to watch.
And you find it, then you only.
I've got some videos that we need to talk about. Chat. Sam Sulek was in a bodybuilding comp. Did y'all see that? That shit was crazy. Okie dokie. ZZ. I don't know ZZ. If you watch the Yihang video, you can see that I'm actually stupid and I said this isn't a ZZ solve when it was ZZ solve. So, anywho, Mike good? Mike good? Okay, whatever. Technically wasn't the 347 the ZZ solve? Oh, that's why that's why they ZZ reacted my video. Okay, so let me get a few things straight. I made the video about Yihang WR, and I said explicitly ZZ is not viable. And for some reason that ruffled some feathers. A lot of the takes were just like, a lot of people were just being like, oh no, what do you mean? ZZ is so good. Like if we go here, I guess. Yeah, man, I was so sleepy, dude. I woke up to the WR news and then I shit this video out. ZZ is not viable while reconstructing a world record single done with ZZ is crazy work. These are generally my thoughts here. Someone sent me a 1 hour, they were in my Discord like vehemently trying to defend ZZ, and I didn't think we needed to do this anymore. Calling ZZ not viable is just cope ATP. I see you in chat. Can you explain yourself? Because this is a crazy comment. It is not cope. Saying ZZ is viable is cope. Because it's clearly not. TLDR, this is a CFOP solve that happens to orient edges. Yeah, exactly. He's not doing it on purpose. I mean, maybe he is, because I think there is an amount of looking at EO that is good for CFOP solvers. It's the same reason why 347 was technically a Petrus solve, and Petrus is not good. I am never one to have said ZZ is never viable. When I say ZZ is not viable, I mean, why do ZZ every solve? It is so rigid and bad every time. Oh, dang. Brina got a better thumbnail than I did. My thumbnail was bad. People don't want to understand. Yeah, I guess. Anywho. So, watch this video if you haven't already. I assume if you're in my stream, you've probably seen this video. I'm also dumb, and yes, the last two edges were oriented. Whoopsies. But yeah, EO cross, valid. If ZZ is ever going to exist, it would be in the form of EO cross, but even then, EO cross is bad every time. Like, doing it every time is bad. ZZ is not. Okay, you had an issue with ZZ is not viable as an absolute statement. Yeah, but I think with the context of everything else I've said previously, I have, like, the issue is that ZZ, when I say ZZ is not viable, I mean doing the ZZ method every solve is not viable. It is objectively worse than just doing CFOP and being good. ZZ principles, such as understanding edge orientation, are useful in CFOP because they tell you how to rotate better and when to rotate and when to not rotate, and when to do F moves and when to not do F moves. No, ZZ is not okay. ZZ is ZZ is okay. At least you don't gotta rotate at all. Yeah, you can also do this in CFOP if you're good. How is ZZ bad with proper EO cross? Because efficiency wise, EO cross plus one is a lot less efficient than standard like top level CFOP cross plus ones. Like you're not finding an 8 move EO X cross in 15 seconds, but you could easily find a 8 move X cross without looking at EO and then just be smart and not be stupid and like rotate stupidly. You can just like, you know, use EO principles to like inform your decision making and then you're actually good. I also have an issue with anybody saying 3 style is not viable because what if you get a 6 Algorand official 3 by no, literally. It's just so stupid. Yeah, ZZ CFOP hybrid is better. Exactly, but like, okay, this was what I was saying. There was Swagger made this whole 30-minute video that I watched when I made my Yihang video about the 4 something WR. And this comment like sums up essentially everything that y'all are saying right now. One can make the argument that even if forcing Eocross sometimes becomes part of the meta, that doesn't mean ZZ still isn't dead when it comes to the meta. What he's saying, oh, you can't even see it because chat's here. If you strip away so much from ZZ to be viable, including just not doing it sometimes because there are bad Eocross scrambles not worth doing it, you are doing CFOP. Fact. Eocross can just be added as a tool that sometimes can be worth extra implementing, but even with the most hypothetical hybrid option select kind of method you seem to be describing here in the prior video, literally sounds like CFOP plus extra EO. Yes. If you've stripped away RUL block building and doing EO every single scramble and going so far that breaking EO is worth it sometimes, it is not ZZ, bro. It is not ZZ. No one is going to learn ZZ as their main method starting a 3x3 solve. Like, no one is going to do that. You are going to learn CFOP, and then you are going to learn EO principles and get better at CFOP. I don't understand a world where anyone can be like, oh no, ZZ is actually meta. If you want to call it as CFOP merged with ZZ, or CFOP, or ZZ merged with CFOP, how can you even call it ZZ and whatever? But it's not Z. It's ZZ principles added to CFOP. So it's like, should you main ZZ or learn it as a total beginner? No. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. What is the cope? Where is the cope? The only rationale I can see of ZZ being worth it in the modern day is if we collectively agree Terry based comment. If we can collectively agree that ZBLS is bad, and if ZBLS is bad, then ZZ becomes a lot more worth it. But also just like, I don't know. Oh, the comment is cope. Okay, good. Well, no, the comment is saying that this guy is coping. Like, he's saying ZZ, if you want to say ZZ exists as like a variant of CFOP or like as an idea in CFOP, then I'll give you that. But ZZ as like the main method is bad. Like, this is a base comment. This essentially summed up all my ideas, and then I responded to it. Orienting FTL just is nice when there's multiple. Okay, the thing with is ZZ best for TPS because of rotationless? What do you think? ZZ is like, the thing is the TPS of ZZ is hurt by the fact that EO cross exec is normally really unergonomic. So you lose TPS at the start of the solve, and then you get like RUL spam F2L. But the thing is that RUL spam F2L isn't even always that good because then you're like grip shifting a lot. So it's only good sometimes. I don't know. It's literally like you're stripping everything away from ZZ to where it is no longer what it exists as anymore. That it's just kind of stupid. Do I think some of the ZZ Alex are viable with 3x3? No. Why would you do TTLL? Like, just because you're not getting oriented last layer every time. Or oriented last lot. You should just, I don't know, maybe do OLOP yellow? ZZ is where you orient all of your edges on the cube as your first step, and then traditionally you would solve like a line. So you would solve like two edges opposite from each other to the correct center, and then you would block build your left and right blocks, and then you would have all edges oriented. So then you would either do like ZB, COLL, and then PLL. RUL spam is not optimal for CFOP. That is a good idea, but the thing is if you do, so if I'm doing RUL stuff, if I do RL, that is worse than if I do RRLL. Do you see what I'm saying here? Like if I'm grip shifting a lot from R into L into R into L, that is measurably worse than if I just RU spam, LU spam. And there's a lot of instances where you have bad edges, but you can rotate into doing RU spam even if you have bad edges. Like RUL is good for CFOP, and I think if you are Yihang, then generally, yeah, it is good for you, but also it's not like the only instances where it's good. But RUL can be really nice. RUSM isn't optimal for CFOP, but it is good. It is good for CFOP, like generally. RUL is good unless skill issue. I mean, sometimes it's like good, but it's not always like optimal, I guess. Did Yihang plan his full F2L? He at least planned cross +3. Like he at least planned cross +3 because he saw the multi-slot. And he honestly he probably played all of F2L because that BR corner like didn't move at all. He didn't plan full F2L, he just planned first 3 pairs. Okay.
How much impact they have on solving.
Okay, anywho, the crux of what I'm talking about here. This guy in my Discord was telling me that ZZ, like, I don't know how I'm being gaslit into thinking that ZZ is actually good. Because I feel like also I'm one of the only CFOP solvers that's like, yo, ZZ concepts are actually good. But then when I say like objectively ZZ is not a good method, like just do CFOP and use ZZ principles, people are like, oh my god, what do you mean? Like I'm getting hated on. 2 dislikes. Yeah, this is the 2 ZZ solvers in the world. This isn't gaslighting. ZZ is good. Okay, can you it's not, dude. It is not better than CFOP. Anywho, whatever. I'm watching this video because I told someone in my Discord I would. And I want to tear down the ZZ community and tell them that their method is bad. But if you think it's fun, you should do it.
This is going to be my live reaction video to Jay's ramble. ZZ is objectively and measurably worse than
I'm putting this
CFOP.
boy in 2x.
Really interested in this. Around 10 people actually sent me the link to this video over the course of the day, demanding my opinion. Jay also asked me to do a video myself. I haven't seen the video yet, didn't get around to doing it yet. I'm especially interested in the objectively and measurably worse part, because I feel like while ZZ might not be better than CFOP, in many cases, I wouldn't say it's so clear. Like, there are a lot of details where it's really debatable how much impact they have on solving and how good or bad they really are, especially since ZZ is very adaptable. Like, there are many different variants of ZZ.
ZZ is adaptable. There's variants of ZZ. Oh, buddy.
They'll add different things. Okay, so without further talking, let's get started with the video.
What is up, guys? This is going to be a real fun one.
Oh my god, wait, it's all 2x.
Topic is ZZ no longer being in the big 3, declared by yours truly, Jay McNeil. So, why do I think ZZ shouldn't belong in the big 3? Well, we're going to dive into that, but before we do, I need to...
Isn't it at least comparable to CFOP since EO Cross is worse, but then you get better F2L and guaranteed ZB? Saying better F2L is like not necessarily true. The thing with ZZ is like the philosophy behind it is like rotations are bad, but also so it's like rotations are bad, I'm gonna orient all my edges. How about we just rotate smart? Is that like a crazy idea? Can we just rotate effectively and then actually, like, you know, you can look at EO mid solve and then actually you can make good decisions off that? Is that a crazy idea? Learn ZZ. I tried to learn ZZ. EO is hard. Full EO was a tricky method. It was tricky for my 15-second solver brain. Or don't rotate. But what you're saying is that by not okay, also rotating can be really good because you can RU spam like first two pairs and then you can do like RUF spam last two pairs. Like, are you saying that F moves are really that bad to execute? Skill issue. Exactly, yeah. You are forced to do worse solutions sometimes.
To preface this because there are some things that will be taken out of context, and if I can prevent that in any capacity, that is a good thing. So, when I say ZZ does not belong in the big three, I am talking specifically about two-handed solving. If you haven't figured that by now,
Yo, wait.
Okay, that's just wow. I was expecting so much from this video, and just now we're cutting to only two-handed. That's pretty lame. Like,
Oh, buddy,
That's
we're
the-
talking about ZZ for OH. This video is so dated. Mind you, this video is from 2018. So, Brother Bear here is talking about ZZ for OH, which skull emoji
not
Rue.
where ZZ excels at.
I refuse to listen to any of this.
I'm willing to concede that ZZ might be worse than CFOP. Maybe. Probably.
Speedcubing Zed, I'm sorry. I know you want to watch the stream and you probably... It's like, we're talking about F2L theory here. That's... F2L cases are on average better if all the edges are oriented though. I mean, sure. But also, like I said, like, the best pair order sometimes can be... You can have a lot of grip shifts. Also, the idea of ZZ is that you block build. Like, you would do EO line and then block build, but we've transitioned to EO cross. Like, ZZ just wants to say that it's good by just being, like, slightly different CFOP, but then it's just, like, they just are people who are bad at CFOP.
For two-handed, but that's not really where the interesting part is. But okay. Let's see what he has to say about two-handed.
all of my rambles are about two-handed 3x3 solving because that is what I'm into. That is my thing.
Absolutely based.
So,
Totally.
OH, you know, say what you want about ZZ. I do think it could be comparable to CFOP, but
What is the
still
fastest
definitely worse
official
than Group
ZZ
1
solve right
and
now?
Group
Chat, who's
2.
gonna tell him? Chat, who's gonna tell him?
Wait, what? No. ZZ is not like maybe comparable to CFOP. ZZ is just straight out way better than CFOP for one-handed.
Oh, he said for one-handed. I was about to
How
say.
does it even compare? And Rue is only much better than both of the two because table abuse exists.
Oh wow, he's actually
Yeah,
based.
guys,
Oh my
it's the
god.
best method. So that's a shame. What other events could ZZ be good for? Well, I don't think it's particularly good for FMC because none of the big three are really good for FMC. I think we can all agree.
Well, yeah, but it's still like very good for FMC to know all the methods just so you have some tricks up your sleeve. At least like it doesn't matter whether you do ZZ, CFOP or whatever, but you should be able to do edge orientation. Because for some scrambles for FMC, edge orientation is going to be a really good start. I've seen some really good solutions with edge orientation. And then obviously you should know block building, even more than you need for ZZ. So, I mean, you never just use one method for FMC
I keep
anyway,
bringing
so
unrelated things into my
whatever.
arguments.
Agree with that. Multi, no.
Pog is
Line
good,
as
yes.
such, no.
Pog is bad.
So there is one event, and I'm not even bullshitting here. You're gonna find this funny, and you're gonna be annoyed about what I'm gonna say. I unironically, legitimately think ZZ is the best method for feet. Alright, so let's unpack that a little
Okay,
bit.
Wait.
okay, dude.
Okay.
Can we get to the real meat and potatoes here?
Stuff that you can do that doesn't really matter as much for two-handed, but for one-handed it does.
Why are we talking about
Yeah, I can see
feet,
this working
dude?
for feet as well.
Also avoiding rotations. On top of that, with feet, really flexible feet.
Can we get out of the feet?
If you comment,
feet
what about
trenches?
for OH? Well, it's good for OH. It's not your fault. It's kind of your fault. Also,
When EO cross is bad
Obvious
enough, you
solution
don't
before
orient all
I get
edges and get
into it,
normal
I
OLO.
won't
Wow,
be
it's almost
talking
like
much about
ZZ.
Rue
Every
in
solve
this
is
video.
not
I do
viable.
believe it is in the top two
Coming from a
methods,
ZZ
and
user.
I already said I'm convinced it's better for one-handed. I could be convinced it's better for two-handed. I've had controversial opinions in the past where I think Rue is objectively worse for two-handed, but I've
No,
seen
Rue is
the
actually,
fallacy in
dude,
some of my
Rue is way better
arguments,
than
so
ZZ
now,
ever could be.
that being said, I have no I'm making, but instead relating their arguments more to the steps of Rue, whereas I will be relating it to the steps of CFOP, which is probably a little bit easier since ZZ is very closely related to CFOP. And as you'll see later in this video, the best variant of ZZ is in fact CFOP.
Oh, giga based. Yeah, this is true. like ZZ just tries to be worse CFOP. Like that's all it does. Like you were just so rigidly confined to orienting edges at the beginning of your solve that even when like I don't understand how you're like as a ZZ solver you're like, oh yeah, EO cross isn't good here, I'm not gonna do EO cross. Then you're just not doing ZZ. Like you've already established that ZZ is not worth it.
I'm basically just saying I would.
The best variant of ZZ is CFOP. Well, I mean, CFOP's not really a ZZ variant because you don't do EO. Or what do you mean?
It is because ZZ users don't do EO every solve, so like it is a variant of CFOP.
If you mean EO cross? Yeah, maybe. Although I think 3/4 cross could be better than pure EO cross still. But oh well.
Is no rotation F2L fast enough to compensate for the EO step? No. I don't think so. Because you are saying that essentially doing EO is quicker than doing a rotation. Like you're telling me that the time it takes me to do this is longer than like the time added to your cross solution to get EO. I disagree. There's also ZBLS skip to consider. That's what I was saying. That's the only thing I think that can save ZZ is the fact that if ZBLS is bad, but I think ZBLS isn't even bad. So.
I'm looking at you, Keon. Rhymes with neon. You too, Yuri from Brazil. Who else uses Rude? I don't know. They're probably the only two people I would trust to make this video. I mean, Cabin could.
Yeah, ZZ 100% of the time isn't even worth it. And that's the thing. Top level ZZ solvers already agree on this. Like, people in my chat are saying, oh yeah, I don't do ZZ every solve. Then it's like, I don't understand how you can feasibly say ZZ is better than CFOP when you do CFOP sometimes.
Okay, so enough about that. Moving on. So let's talk a little about ZZ. So ZZ is not completely terrible. There are things that I do like about it.
True.
So I'm just gonna like list out things that I like about ZZ, and then things that I think are like so-so, and then the things that I think are just quite problematic to say the least. So nice things about ZZ.
That's why X2Y neutrality exists. Even if you have 12 bad, you can rotate. Probability of 12 bad on both axes is very small. Okay, it's small. But I still don't think... It doesn't matter because I think EO cross, like, every time, like, forcing yourself to have to do an EO cross is just not efficient enough compared to this top level CFOP. You're spending too long in your cross, like, trying to plan EO cross when if you're a CFOP solver, you can just, like, plan cross plus one very easily and then just see two pairs. I don't... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like X2Y neutrality is just a way to mitigate the worst situations in ZZ, but if you just learn how to do CFOP, then you just mitigate it every time. So
despite what you may think, I actually think EO has some validity as a step. It is at the very least an interesting approach to solving the cube.
Zaki, are you a ZZ defender? Or is that what I'm hearing? The thing is like in a vacuum, oriented F2L versus misoriented F2L is like, it's hard to categorize because not every time going into a solve do you know that you're going to get oriented F2L unless you're doing specifically EO cross. If you're doing EO cross, then your EO cross is going to be slower than just doing a normal cross. It's also going to be less efficient for cross plus one. Like that's what I'm saying. The only thing I think that can make this up is if you are genuinely believe that ZBLS is bad, and just doing ZZ like as your ZBLS step is a time save. That's the only way I think we can see it actually being better. Yeah, no, I would say like the worst case scenario for misoriented F2L cases is slightly worse. But I also think if you're just not dumb, you can like deal with it effectively. And it's not like a CFOP solver doesn't think about EO. Like If you're smart, you wouldn't force 4 bad edges in the middle layer because that just sucks. If you're smart, you would force a oriented first pair, and then generally you'll have another oriented edge, and then it's like what, 1 rotation for last 2 pairs. Like I don't think the the longer cross step is worth it.
And with things like EO, you open up the opportunity for things like ZBLL, which is why EO tricks in general I think have caught on for CFOP. And the other thing is that last layer is slightly improved because of EO, and it's heavily improved if ZB is implemented.
True.
So like using ZB with CFOP, but not forcing ZB every time because that's not smart, I think. Versus using it every time with ZZ. So basically, because of the way ZZ works, you're going to get ZB more than you are going to get it in CFOP.
True.
And because of that, your recall will naturally be a little bit better with ZZ.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
You know,
People have already perfected ZB with CFOP.
This is actually an interesting question. Something I wonder a lot about CFOP. Like when people learn full ZBLL and then use CFOP, people like Jabari. Though I guess Jabari uses ZB now, so he does always force it. Not sure. But when you learn full ZBLL for CFOP, how do you really go about it? Because I feel like you need to do more than just solve to keep the Alex drilled, even if you get ZBL every solve. It's just like almost 500 Alex to keep these drilled, so you can do them at a high TPS, and you can perform them basically just as fast as PLLs. You would want to drill them anyway, and you would want to drill
okay,
the
this guy's just actually boomer. He doesn't understand that people drill out.
It's pretty good, faster.
We've already perfected ZB as CFOP users, so
it can be good, or it can be awkward. Generally, it's awkward. So
I agree.
The reason it's awkward is just to do a switching between like righty turning and then having to like, I mean, I'm doing obnoxious regrips right now. I don't know why I haven't really cubed properly all day. But yeah, switching from RU stuff to LU stuff is generally annoying, and especially with overturning thrown into the mix for block building, it gets pretty ugly fast. Like with block building, you might have to do something, something like that with like an overturning where basically like the grip you start in will not be the grip you
But also the Swagger video says that just don't even block build, so it's like
it's happening at the same time. It can get really ugly is my point.
I said Rue.
I agree. Not? And that's why you don't do block building. Like basically those are 2 points.
Like
first of all, you will have those problems where you have to regrip during block building, and then you have to regrip when you switch from one block to the second block. And this is why, first of all, you shouldn't do block building for two-handed, or you should avoid block building unless it's a really good case. It's also why you should start out with a second block, or if you do it like 3/4 cross, you should.
Yo, to the guy who sent me this in the Discord, is any of this relevant? I feel like what this guy's talking about is like all so dated. Like he's literally just mentioning like, oh yeah, dude, he's not even doing EO cross. This guy's such a boomer.
Start with block on the left side. Like you do the cross edge on the left side, and then you insert those 2 pairs really quick. You can even insert them from a
3/4 cross. Angle, that's where you would just do cross minus 1 edge.
Like let's say.
So like. Plus
you do
which I guess I actually have.
Okay, that
so
was
it'd
shit.
be like this.
And then you have the cross edge on the left side,
like
and then you can just do the CFOP style.
But yeah, I guess you could do like.
And there's not really that much switching.
Whatever.
First of all, a lot of the times you can solve slots on the left side without really having left side turning. Basically, just by doing like when you do a Sun with the left hand, like this. That's not really left hand turning. That's right hand turning with wide turns, you know. So that's not really slower. It's just a question of how you grip and if you practice this. That's usually what I resort to. But I believe if you were to actually practice both handed turning, like also with the second hand would get just as fast for ZZ, and the little regrip you have wouldn't matter as much.
We know that people can turn
ZZ
left
exists,
as well.
and they don't really do RUD, so I switched to RUL. And the reason you don't do this, I think, is because obviously you have really bad look ahead on the bot side. Like you have this huge blind spot, I guess, where you can't see anything. This edge, basically like LSE and Rue.
Bro, are we talking about cross on left?
To predict it every time, and then also the corners down here, which sucks. I guess that's why you don't do it, but it would make for a much more ergonomic F2L. And then also what you could do is you could just
I'm addressing the people in my on my videos saying that ZZ is like actually good.
So yeah, man, I think this solve kind of illustrates the importance of.
Shut up. ZZ not viable. People saying, well, this is just swagger being swagger, but like, ZZ is not viable. Okay, again, I think people are misunderstanding me. First off, ZZ is not viable as a method that you do every time. That's why it's not viable. What I'm saying is I have the okay. That's what I'm addressing. I really don't feel like I need to go any further into it. This video is absolute buns. Whoever sent this in my Discord, like I don't know. Isn't this the guy who's good at CFOP? Or no? What? This guy's good at ZZ. Although he hasn't. That's what Jay said in the video. EO line has potential. I don't think so. Like honestly, I think the best way that ZZ exists is like it's essentially what happens in this video where Swagger is saying like he's replying to all of these, and honestly this video is way better than this. I have no idea why this guy sent me this. This is actually so dated and buns. This makes so much more sense, and this is a much clearer, more concise video that actually is good. But again, like the way to make ZZ good is you strip everything away from it until it's like just a worse variant of CFOP, and at that point just learn CFOP and get good. Like not to say that doing like obviously the 308 is a ZZ solve, but it's not like he intentionally did a ZZ solve to get there. He did a good CFOP solve. Like anything that's good in ZZ would also be good in CFOP. So just be good at CFOP and use ZZ principles. Easy. Bam. Done. Like I think if you are a ZZ user, anything that you do is essentially gonna boil down to, oh yeah, just do worse CFOP, and then so just do CFOP. Like I don't know. I really don't see how there's anything else you can really say unless you are arguing that ZBLS is bad for CFOP, which I think is arguable, and that it will always be better to do EO prior. But again, it makes it easier to plan past first step. Imagine getting planning first for every solve. See, but the thing is that block building isn't conducive to good look ahead. So it's like even if your first step is good, your look ahead's a lot worse. So just, you know, do the thing that's good for look ahead, and like it's pretty much the same as ZZ if you're good at it. Liking ZZ is the only reason to do ZZ. Yeah, unless like you don't want to learn ZBLS, in which case, like, sure. What did Jay say here? What was so bad?
Actually, with ZZ, it's just whenever an edge is in another slot. So if you got an edge in another slot like that or like that, then you can rotate and you can finish the solve as technically rotationless, but you did throw a rotation in there. So that is like an efficiency that could be added to ZZ. However, that would only work when you've already be added to ZZ.
Bro, just do.
However, that would only work when you've already.
What is he talking about? Just do this.
Basically, there can't be any edges in the U layer that belong in F12, otherwise the rotation will unorient it. However, I don't think this is an efficiency ZZ users are willing to use because they think rotationless solving is like God to them or something.
Sane ZZ solvers.
You should actually watch the whole video, maybe off stream. Relevant questions will not be addressed in the beginning, and he's also live reacting. Can you, like, give me a timestamp to skip to, so that way I can, like, hear the crux of his argument? Because I genuinely just don't see what takes he could have said that, like, Swaggered wouldn't have already said in his video.
Do rotate for this. We're not crazy, we take time saves where we can get them, woohoo!
And
also, yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. If you as a ZZ solver are going to rotate anyway, then you've already compromised the entire philosophy of why not rotating is good. So just do CFOP and learn how to rotate effectively.
the real last thing that I really don't like about ZZ, good luck being color neutral with any ZZ variant whatsoever. Color neutrality is a big deal. I'm sorry, it just is.
It's not.
Right, two things to say here. One is that a few ZZ solvers have been color neutral in the past, but most moved on from it. Not necessarily because it was too difficult to inspect for them, but because they felt like it was spreading their improvement too thin and they wanted to focus on something else.
I've already seen this video.
Wanted to...
I feel like this video is a lot better. Yeah, see, this is Jay's video also came out before the age of the dual CN solver, where the inspection meta kind of changed everything. Okay, you know what? Here, I'll watch the Swagger video for y'all because the other video is actually it seems stupid.
This is Rochelle, who gives you a shot.
But I've already watched this, and I think my take has already kind of been. My take's
Hey
already
everyone, a
been
little bit of a pre-warning
said.
before we get into the video. This is the Case for ZZ video that I mentioned in my other video, ZZ is Inevitable. Basically, this video is already outdated. By the time I'm releasing it, I'm just releasing it because people wanted to see it. If you want to see an up-to-date version of this video that is a lot shorter, a lot more concise, and a lot more accurate, go check out my other video, ZZ is Inevitable. It'll be linked.
Okay. Well, sure.
And it's gonna get you. Unless you use Rue. Alright, so originally this was a completely different video. It was a response to all of the major anti-ZZ arguments that were made by Jaden McNeil, Kian Manser, J-Perm. But I've put that video to the side because it's gonna be irrelevant very soon. See, all the people I just mentioned, they all made the same mistake. They didn't even attempt to future-proof their videos. I did, but I made a bigger mistake. I procrastinated. I gathered all of my information in 2022, scripted the video in 2023, and I was editing it in 2024. I can't future-proof that video anymore because it's very hands-on with step comparisons, and those are gonna go out the door very soon. As CFOP evolves, it's drawn in a lot of tricks from other methods. ZBL from, Petrus, ZB, ZZ, whatever you want to say. Block building for X crosses, that's from Petrus. EO controllers, some partial ZBLS, that's from ZB. And now, it's trending towards EO cross, and that's from ZZ. Likewise, ZZ has become more CFOP-like. EO line fell out of favor for EO cross, we traded a part of the method's identity to improve on the speed, the same thing that CFOP has been doing. Although no one said that it's encroached on CFOP's identity, people just have double standards for that. I don't know, man, I'm angry. The thing is, I wanted to make a ZZ defense video so that I could better argue with random people on the internet. But there's no point in having that argument in the first place if the best option is neither of them. I'm not saying Rue's the best option either. This is all about layer-based methods. The answer to CFOP versus ZZ is not CFOP, and it's not ZZ. Let's be honest, top-level CFOP is really far from being C, F, O, and P.
True.
It's usually an X-cross, then you'll have F2L, then some kind of option select. Sometimes you'll see a VLS, or some other OLS,
Never
like
see a
Windsor
VLS
variation.
anymore.
Sometimes you get ZBLS, or
You will
sometimes
see
it'll just be a
ZBLS.
regular last
Yes, now
slot.
you're seeing OLL.
Then your last layer could be anything. It could be OLL PLL, it could be EO ZBLL, it could be an already forced ZBLL from last slot.
True.
It could be OLL CP into EPLL.
True.
And we're not going to get any closer to plain old CFOP. Yiheng is already the closest we have to that. But modern CFOP is
Sure.
X-Cross, F2L, something last layer. Sometimes some of it solved during F2L, who knows? Okay, where am I going? What's my point? The people up there are trying to plan 3 F2L pairs. That's equivalent in difficulty to EO Cross plus 2 F2L pairs. The difference then is one CFOP pair, or maybe ZBLS, or maybe OLS, into a 2 or sometimes 1 look last layer, versus 2 ZZ pairs and a 1 look last layer. The difference between these two, in my humble, honest opinion, is style. It's a stylistic preference, and also a choice that could be made during inspection based off the scramble, based off of what looks better. It's not that far ahead. You're looking at the same thing in cross, just take the EO into account a little bit.
Yeah, you're looking at the same stuff, but I mean, like, doing EO cross every time is just like too hard. EO cross plus 2, is anyone feasibly doing that? I think, like, what the crux of what he's saying is just, it's a stylistic thing, I guess, but even still, I think it's just easier to do the CFOP stuff. And, like, the benefit of doing EO cross, I think, is lost by just, like, planning further and also, like, just rotate smart.
These methods are converging at a rapid rate. Petros has long ago been absorbed into CFOP, and now CFOP's eating away at ZZ too. Which is another way to say, ZZ is going to mainstream.
No, this is wrong. This is wrong. Just because CFOP has adopted ZZ principles does not mean that ZZ is viable. It means that there are principles of ZZ that you can apply to CFOP. My whole argument is that the reason CFOP is good is because there is so much freedom to incorporate whatever is viable. You do EO cross plus 2 like 1% of the time? Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Baby. Okay, look, I got beaten to this punch by both dyllymilly and Dr. JT, and I'm not gonna pretend like I have too much to add that is completely unique that they haven't.
Hey, yo, dyllymilly, shout out, let's go.
Already said. One of these people reconned Yiheng's world record average for like half an hour while discussing the viability of EO cross for top CFOP solvers. One of them posted.
Okay. I put EO cross in the title because I thought it was clickbait, but I wasn't even saying EO cross is good. I was just saying, like, look at EOs. Like, just look at them. Like, just don't be stupid and look at them to a degree.
For like half an hour while discussing the viability of EO cross for top CFOP solvers. One of them posted basically a dissertation.
I read this whole thing. This thing was fire. I was up at like 2 a.m. reading this.
I have long since argued to consider these methods two sides of the layer coin, two stylistic differences, two preferences that could be leaned into by different solvers depending on what they prefer, or choices that can be made during inspection. I was just too lazy to post the damn video.
Yeah, there was an equation in there. There was an equation.
And yeah, okay, so that video I mentioned at the start, the defense of ZZ, it's half edited, kind of half baked. Let me know if you would be interested in
you lot interested in it. Yeah, the case for ZZ, I think this is just like the way better version of whatever this video is. Yeah. Anywho, you do a full step CFOP solve 9 out of 10 times. I mean, a lot of people do that. At what point does ZZ stop being a method? That's what I'm saying. Like, he's saying that ZZ has been, like, absorbed partially into CFOP, which it hasn't even by most solvers. It's mainly just me who's yapping about this. Not to self-glaze, but I think I am ahead of the curve on necessarily the way I'm thinking about F2L. But also, like, I don't even think it's required of me, because I think, honestly, like, at a certain point, it's just, like, look at, like, just plan it, bro. Like, just, it does not matter what you do as long as you plan it in inspection, because whatever you do is going to be better than ZZ.
It anyway, even if it is a moot point nowadays. But It is fascinating now that as CFOP evolves, it is becoming ZZ because of that higher TPS cap that you get from having no rotations and just having slight grip shifts between R and L. The look-ahead benefits from having EO solved, the things we were told were irrelevant, they're fine.
No. You were never told they were irrelevant. Like, EO solved, Jay has always said is good. Like, it's good for look-ahead. He said the ergonomics are bad because of block building. It can be slightly tricky. Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Benefits from having EO solved, the things we were told were irrelevant, they're finally coming back and CFOPers are wanting to take advantage of them.
TLDR, CFOP and ZZ are dying out in favor of layer method,
This is based, yeah.
and Ru is just going to keep being Ru. Furthermore, Yiheng should switch to ZZ.
No, this is not true. No. This is disingenuous. Rue is very viable, but this is disingenuous. Saying Yiheng should switch to ZZ is crazy because he's just established that layer method is good. We can call it layer method if you want, because I'm fine with that. But saying ZZ implies that you do EO every solve, and that's what I'm getting at. Oh, hi, buddy.
My name is Swagwoodcubing. Please give me money.
Hi,
Here is a list of
buddy.
people that have already.
Yeah, you missed a lot. TLDR, ZZ. Like, if you want to call CFOP layer method, and we can say CFOP doesn't exist and ZZ doesn't exist, I'm chill with that. I will say that there are principles of ZZ that I think are useful in layer method, and we've already broken away from the traditional, like, I solve cross, first pair, second pair, third pair, whatever. And we've established that X crosses are good. Block building is good if it is viable on a scramble. The whole reason that ZZ is bad and CFOP is better, like, in their base, like, methods, is that ZZ is very rigid in what it does, and you need to do EO every time, and it's not always good. Whereas you can generally find a good cross +1 every single time, and then just plan further. And if you're smart about how you rotate, then you just, like, always get good continuations. Like, it's not even exactly. It'll be CFOP. Like, I will like concede that we have taken ZZ concepts into CFOP, but like saying that it's ZZ is crazy.
Given me money. Mint
in it. Yeah. Dude, this kid's a good YouTube channel. Jeffrey Chin, bro. Have y'all seen any of his videos? These have been lit. I've been watching this kid. He's been good. The entire history of speedkeeping, this was good. This was the video that got me. CFOP plus ZZ plus ZB. The thing is, like, I think the only way that ZZ is super viable is if ZB, like, if we establish that ZBLS isn't worth it, which, like, I think is up for debate right now. I think ZBLS is, in long term, is going to be better than doing EO cross every solve. My opinion, it's CFOP implementing ZZ concepts, not the other way around, just because CFOP came first. Yeah, exactly. It's CFOP looking at EO is, like, I think what at least I have started doing, and, like, I don't know if most other top level solvers are doing it, but, like, the people that I talk to sometimes have started to agree that, yeah, we should look at EO because it informs our decision making better. Dylan Swagger channel watch party. Yep. Let's see. Chat, should we watch the Yiheng? What's Yiheng's PB 805? Where's the grade ZZ FAQ? Where is this? Where is it? Chat. Dude, these videos were so banger, by the way. These are dubs. Yo, chat, where is it? Block building is pretty essential to both methods. Petrus and Meta. Dude, I legit thought Meta was going to be so lit. I thought Meta was going to be the future. This is true, but the thing about ZBLS is that you have to, like, recognize it. That's the tricky part. Dude, okay. I agree that the World's 2023 thumbnail was lit. but also like this is this is a horrendous thumbnail. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Meta was peak 2020 lockdown delusion. No, for real, dude. I legit thought Meta was gonna be so sick, and then it was just like bad. Dude, where's the ZZ FAQ? Am I tripping? Where's the FAQ, G? Yo, where's the FAQ? Am I tripping? I feel like I'm getting really in the weeds now. I think anything 2 years old is not worth it. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I guess it's good FAQ. I'm actually kind of still. What? What? Yo, what? That was not the right channel. Wait, what? What is happening? It's pulling up this other guy's channel. FAQ. Okay, there we go. Here we go.
From starting out,
Whatever you need, you gotta give me a call.
to saving up, to income in retirement.
You got this.
I've been talking with ZZ
Bro,
for like 200 years now.
before we get started, I hate that we lost one. Like, this guy is so cooked. This guy is so cooked. He said, I'm a CFOP solver, but I think I'm gonna switch to ZZ. 14 likes. Oh, brother. You've gaslit them. Okay, you know what? I could probably educate myself on ZZ more.
Now, it's been a while. I've encountered a lot of people that have a lot of questions, so I want to make this resource here so if someone asks
I don't
more
need ad
in the
block,
future,
bro.
It can be as
Shut
simple as
up.
just sending a timestamp link to them for anyone who gets asked these questions. This can just be a go-to resource. Bang, it's answered. This is kind of similar to the blind FAQ thread that I saw on the speed solving forums, which is just this huge encyclopedia of questions and answers about blind solving. But this is more niche and a bit more specified towards ZZ as a speed method. So, what is ZZ? Alright, so ZZ is a speed solving method used for 3x3 and one-handed. It's most easily recognized and described by its EO step, which is where at the start of the solve, the solver will solve edge orientation, as well as solving either a cross or a line on the D layer. This results in a rotationless F2L. The F2L itself, if you're doing a cross, which most people do, will have far fewer cases than CFOP will, and it will also leave you with far fewer cases in the last layer. Why do you use ZZ? Well, there's plenty of reasons to use ZZ. It's honestly viable as a speed method, and it's also very fun.
Okay. Viable as a speed method, and you know what? Maybe I need to reframe the way I'm saying this. Yeah, you can use ZZ and be like a not bad 3x3 solver. I think it is a much more uphill battle, and doing CFOP is a lot easier, and you'll get faster with CFOP in the end game. Yeah, viable is vague. But if exactly, yeah, like you can be okay with ZZ, but if you want to be the best cuber in the world, like, and that's the way I'm thinking about it, ZZ is not going to get you there.
Some people find it easier to be faster with ZZ than with CFOP or Roux, and personally, I enjoy the F2L a lot more. It was a key driving force for me to switch away from CFOP. You could also use it in order to use one of its quirky variants because you think they're cool, but we'll touch on that later.
Okay, also, Swaggered, please, like, try CFOP again after you've understood EO concepts and, like, let me know if it's actually bad. I mean, enjoy ZZ if you want, but it's like, I think ZZ gets misconstrued, like, people get gaslighted being like, ZZ's way easier because I just do EO cross, and then instead of, like, actually getting good at F2L, they just learn ZZ to avoid getting good.
Isn't ZZ like bad and slow because it's got awful look ahead, and it's got overturning, and there's way too many algs, and it's got a useless step? Okay, a lot of these arguments were formatted and presented through videos made by Jaden McNeil, Kian Manser, and Dylan Wang. That's JPO, by the way. I plan to eventually make a longer video picking...
Dude, that's crazy because you said you were going to make a longer video about this, but then you just, it took you like a year. Me too, though, trust.
These arguments apart and see what they're about, but for now, I'll just give a brief explanation. The useless step at the start is often an argument for people who think that EO is a separate step in the method. It's not. The many algs argument assumes that we're using full ZBLL. ZZ can reach pretty respectable heights without ZBLL. It's been proven to be able to
I disagree.
be sub 7 with just the 28 OCLL and PLL hours.
Okay. I think, yeah, if you exist and you have not learned anything, maybe you have a easier time doing ZZ than CFOP. I think if you have an easier time doing ZZ than CFOP, it's because you make bad pair choices. So it's like, maybe if you learn nothing and like exist at like your base state, then yeah, one is easier for you and you'll get faster with it quicker. But I think if that's all that matters to you, then sure, do that. But in game, one, like, it doesn't matter who you are. I think CFOP is always gonna be better for you if you learn the right things about it.
And even if we do use ZBLL to push it further than sub 7, well, most CFOP solvers at this level are using things like OLLCP subsets and ZBLL subsets. So to disregard ZZ for using just one of those, our mother sets is hypocritical. And the ideas of look ahead and overturning are completely solved by using EO-cross. EO-line was the old approach to the ZZ method, as in 2006, EO-cross was just assumed to be too difficult. Though since approximately 2018, EO-cross has been the standard ZZ approach. It's about the same difficulty as CFOP Cross Plus 1, and eliminates almost all blind spots as well as providing fantastic ergonomics. You don't need to overturn or rotate, and you rarely weak. Okay, but like, if EO is like 6 moves and cross is like 6, then EO-cross has to be like a dozen moves, right? Top ZZ solvers can solve the EO-cross in 8 or 9 moves on average.
Okay, you can do an EO-cross in 8 or 9 moves. Well, how long is your average first pair? Unless you're setting up a... the thing is, like, you can't set up a 3-mover with EO-cross, probably. EO-cross is a great ZZ DLC, for real.
An 8-move average is definitely possible, it's just a matter of being skilled enough.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I'm gonna grind EO-cross to be able to solve it in 8 moves. 9 moves. Okay, cool. I can do that as a CFOP solver, like, for my cross plus 1. Like, I don't know. I mean, not always. Like, if you build an X cross, you can do like 8 move X crosses, or like, for me, the number I shoot for with cross plus 1 is like 11 moves.
This is solvers that are X2Y neutral, by the way, which is the standard.
Okay, and you need to be X2Y neutral, so like all my time in inspection is caught up rotating, trying to figure out good EOs.
For ZZ, and it consists of being able to apply any amount of X2 or Y rotations to whatever axis you want to solve on and still being able to solve there comfortably. Basically, it means for most people they can do white or yellow cross and any color on the front. The idea that EO is 6 moves and cross is 6 moves kind of ignores the fact that you're solving EO and cross at the same time. It's like saying that cross is 6 moves and first pair is 6 moves, so X cross.
You can expect EO cross in 3 seconds and you are a mediocre solver. Okay, sure, but what is like your average EO cross move count? Like EO cross plus 1 move count. Because I assure you it's a lot worse than the average CFOP solver.
It has to be 12 moves, right? Well, that's false. It's demonstrably false. We know that's not true. And it's because solving things simultaneously is more efficient than solving them one at a time.
True.
Okay, but isn't inspecting EO like...
Okay, so this doesn't even like answer the question at all. No hate swagger, but it doesn't.
Really hard. It's a mere matter of practice, and well-practiced ZZ solvers can recognize edge orientation on one axis in 1 or 2 seconds. Then if you just Y-rotate and do it on the other axis, that's another 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, but isn't inspecting EO cross like really hard? Okay, so if you have edge orientation recognized in 1 to 2 seconds, or maybe 3 to 5 for X2Y neutral, you have between 14 and 10 seconds to plan an EO solution that influences the cross edges in the best way possible. That's quite achievable. In fact, of my 2 most recent uploaded averages, one features EO cross inspected in, on average, 6.1 seconds, including a Neo X cross.
Mid-argument IMO? What? Oh, why would you want to use a method that you can't reach roll class? Oh, I see.
And the other in 7.2.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Look.
Although a small part of this is that I'm not using my inspect.
I do not hate on people who want to do ZZ for funsies. But do not come to me and tell me that ZZ is viable and more viable than CFOP. Don't tell me that ZZ is better than CFOP. Like, don't even try it, please. Don't tell me that me saying ZZ isn't viable at like a top level method is insane.
Inspection as well as I should.
Phil does not care, bro. Phil understands ZZ's bad.
Cross solution I see.
More ZZ solvers should learn from Phil.
Better one. so I should be using more, but it's proof that EO cross can be planned that quickly. Okay, but isn't inspecting color neutral EO cross like impossible? Okay, there's a few approaches for color neutral ZZ that make it kind of possible. One is to just eyeball a cross color that looks the best at first glance, and then be Y neutral on that cross.
If your goal is to be sub 53 blind, then doing it with the least amount of effort is like fine. If you want to grind it that way, that's easier than learning like, I don't know, turbo or 3-style. I don't know shit about blind, but like, yeah, whatever.
Because good CFOP crosses tend to make good EO crosses. Eyeballing the cross should just take a few seconds, which will just add another little thing in front of the EO cross inspection. So you'll have eyeball cross, pick an EO axis, plan EO cross. Should be manageable.
Okay, but you're not saying first pair. Like, just the plan first pair.
The other is the 3-axis approach. It takes advantage of the fact that Z rotations do not affect the EO case. So all you need to do is to be able to inspect EO on the green-blue front axis, orange-red front axis, and white-yellow. From there, applying Z rotations will allow you to inspect any EO cross on the cube. Out of these two ideas, the eyeballed cross approach is the more prevalent, so that seems to be the way it's going. Okay, where can I actually learn ZZ? How do I improve my EO cross? There's few EO cross improvement resources out there, but this is what we do have. We have a
There are things in my life that are no longer serving me.
Guys, get a
This
freaking
year,
ad
I want
block.
to.
average, don't worry.
There
What?
are things in my
Another
life that
one?
are no longer serving me.
Okay, that one's crazy.
This year, I want to.
Okay, what about doing like partial ZZ? Like partial EO, so not the last layer edges, with OLLCP. Okay, there's a few things to pick apart in here. You know, partial ZZ, where you don't orient the U layer edges, is called ZZ top. So we have to talk about ZZ top in general. We have to talk
ZZ
about
top is Loki based.
OLLCP. We have to talk about
But also doing full ZZ top every solve is also not viable. Like just do CFOP, but don't like just try to get at least 2 oriented edges. That's all you need. That's all you
First
need.
off, ZZ top has a couple of drags to it. You don't get the potential for a consistent one look last layer, which is a nice sell for the highest level ZZ.
Sure.
You invest time in a partial EO cross versus just a standard cross, and you only get some of it paid back in F2L. You might not be able to claim back as much time in the last layer as you could with a full EO cross.
Get better at F2L.
And my main issue with it is that I honestly don't think a partial EO cross is easier to inspect. I sometimes find it harder to plan than
This is kind of true.
a standard EO cross. You need to think of ZZ as being like a gambit. You forfeit time at the start of the solve, and it's a
Bro, okay. If you're describing your main method as a gambit, gambits are inherently like, aren't they inherently inconsistent? They're bad. Like you wouldn't play a gambit every every time. Like,
supposed to be repaid to you during F2L and last layer. I think with ZZ top, the time that you put into the partial EO cross does not get repaid during F2L and last layer. And I also think the idea that it's a much easier ZZ is just completely wrong.
okay, Queen's Gambit is different.
For OLLCP, I honestly don't know how good it is. It's never concerned me. I see a lot of talk about it at higher levels, so I presume it's pretty solid. For me to start to be convinced of the idea, you know, ZZ top with OLLCP, OLLCP would need to be quite a bit better than COL on average, and if it is, we can talk about it. Though, I do worry about the out count. OLLCP is about 350, if memory serves.
Also,
and
just like learn PLO.
you want to use it in conjunction.
Okay, whatever. Look, I feel like hopefully we've established my main points here. And that would be ZZ is viable. It is not going to get you the best in the world, though. And I guess that's where maybe there's a disconnect here. Because when I'm thinking about something being viable, I'm thinking, can I get best in the world with it? Do a few ZZ solves. I don't know ZZ because it's bad. So, do with that what you will. The thing is I don't know how to do full EO. I'm a CFOP solver at heart. What if I'm from here? This is good. This is bad. This is bad. this is bad. So I have 3 bad here, 4 bad. But see, like, why would I do the 4 bad when I have big block, bro? Like, am I crazy? Like, just do the just do the big block thing, bro. Okay, maybe I'll hear y'all out. This edge is still bad. This edge is bad. This edge is bad. So I still have my 3 bad. Oh, because I did Y2, so the yields are the same. Okay. 3 bad. 4 bad. So what, I have to do like L2D prime? Okay. No. Wait, bad. Wait, fuck. Yeah, L2. Chat. Whatever. Fuck it. Wow, guys, I did a CFOP solve, but I got a ZB, and I rotated twice, but it didn't actually lose me time. That's crazy. What's up, Flugie? Biggest problem with this whole debate is the 50k CFOP solver base to a dozen CZ solvers. Of course, CFOP is going to be more developed as a method for world-class solver base. Okay, yeah, but do you ever think that maybe, like, I am of the opinion that I think CFOP, even regardless of the fact that it's been so developed, is still a better method than ZZ ever was. And it doesn't matter how much development you put into ZZ. I mean, you can maybe make it better, but it's like, you know, you're kind of just, you're just compromising, like, your entire, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. You like, it's, everything, just, like, yes, this is true. Like, that's why there's not top level ZZ solvers. But I think there's not top level ZZ solvers because ZZ's also bad. Like, there are top level Ru solvers, and like the Ru base is like, I would say, comparable to the ZZ base. So why don't we see at least one ZZ solver in the top? Because, oh, I don't know, maybe ZZ bad? Just a thought. Just a thought. There's also way more root than ZZ solvers. Is there? Maybe it's because Ru's better than ZZ. Okay. Algorithmic multi-slotting is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And that's why no one does it. Because it's bad. You know, you can do, like, intuitive multi-slotting on CFOP. Like, I don't know. You can force a 3-mover every time with CFOP. Because that's not because CFOP is more developed. You could do the same thing on ZZ now. If you were good. But no one is good enough with the method to do it. Not because it's not developed enough, but because it's hard to do it, and it's not something feasible every time. Because of the EO cross step, setting up pairs as well as doing the EO is a lot trickier. So it's like, again, I don't think it's not a development thing, it's a method bad thing. Oh, dude, I remember Andy. Hi, Andy. Bro, that was the OG good cubing meme. Oh, shit. Okay, see, that was bad. That's because I was bad, not because the method's bad. Yeah, exactly. No, I think ZB is the be-all, end-all. I mean, maybe not, but like, I think it'd be really hard to find something that's better than CFOP that's not ZB. And if something is better, it would take probably like another 30 years of development. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Rue actually was the best method. Like, I think Rue could be meta, but also ZB is just really good. Okay, but also you have a lot more cases to multi-slot with CFOP because you don't care about EO. So you can do alternate F2L solutions to set up multi-slots a lot more than you would on ZZ. So again, bad. Like, I mean, again, like if you want to be like sub 8, like sure, ZZ is fine, I guess. But it's gonna be a lot easier of a time doing it with it's gonna be a lot easier doing it with CFOP. No, Rue is really flexible during inspection. Bro wants me to react to a sub 6 ZZ average. People do that. People poop that out on 3x3 on CFOP. But sure, I'll watch it. Okay. Also, I guarantee you that all of these solves have easy EO situations, which is, you know, it makes ZZ a lot less versatile. Okay, that was a decent solve. That was good. Oh, yo, you're in chat? Yo, what's up, man? Okay, it's because everyone in my comments is a ZZ Glazer. That's what it is. Oh, dude, Cube Station Ferrocore unboxing? Dub? It's because y'all glaze this stupid method. Okay, this is another one of the issues with ZZ, is because you don't rotate and you have all just oriented. If you saw first two in front, your look ahead is so bad for last two pairs. Even if Ying had this in solve 5 of his most recent WR average, I think, where he solved last two in front and like he had good look ahead, but like you see here, it's a lot harder to do. Look at how he's looking back here. So he does this is good. Whatever. Slight pause going into first pair anyway. Does second pair, look back again, and then gets OLL skip bail. No hate to you, bro, but like, come on. I'm pointing out what I'm seeing. I'm talking about the method because okay, so we have counting 6-2. This ends up being 5-9. So we count 2 good solves at the end. Okay, maybe okay, let me put you on game real quick, bro. What solve is this? This is solve 4. Okay. I want to see how many moves your crossless one is. So we're starting what? We're starting. Sorry, I got to scramble back. We're starting what? Blue top. Okay, blue top, yellow front. Cool. What are we doing? B prime, F prime, U prime, F prime, D prime, R prime, D, R2. Tell me you do UL. UL. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's okay. This is actually good. And that's why this all was a 5-5. Okay, this. Okay, here I'm putting you on game. If here you do U2, R prime UR, then you can insert orange blue, and then you get pseudo last two pairs, and this is a lot cleaner. Doing actually no DU, this is actually still good, but I think it's a little bit more efficient the other way. This is also like okay, whoa, okay. My mic is quiet. My bad, G. I don't know what you want me to do. See, look, this solve was a 5-5 because he set up a 3-mover. Maybe ZZ is good if you set up 3-movers more, but also like a 5-5 is just so free for Yihang. Like I don't know what you want from me. The inspection step is so much harder. But this is base though. This is actually Giga Chad. Yeah, this is fire. Yeah, if you did the other solution, like, hold up, you could have got like here and then boom, boom, and then I guess you get HCB, so like whatever, but hindsight's 2020. Actually, no, dude, this is actually a good solution. I can't even lie, because what you did, 1, 2, 3. Wait, no. Whatever. I was thinking of doing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 move cross with 1. You can set up 3 movers in ZZ, but less frequently, yeah. With CFOP, you also don't do it every time. No, if you're good at CFOP, you do it every time. If you're not doing a 3-mover every time, you're doing a free pair. If you're not doing a free pair every time, you're doing an X cross. Like I think that's one of the big things that people don't understand. Like if you're good at inspection, you should plan a 3-mover, free pair, or X cross every solve. Like that is actually feasible. If it's not every solve, it's like a 5-mover. But even then, compared to the like EO cross inefficiencies into like traditional first pair, which is like, you know, even if you get a keyhole case, that's like what, 5 moves. So we're saying that's 13 moves anyway. If Ying does like a normal cross into a 5-mover, which is like very easily findable, it's gonna be the same. You know what I mean? Okay, when I'm looking at your solves, man, you gotta look back less. This is one of the issues with ZZ. Well, this is one of the good things about ZZ is that you have less blind spots. But in your solves, I see you look back every time. Like every solve, you're doing this, like you're doing this to get information. Like if you're doing this a lot, it's because you're not looking ahead effectively. Like, you shouldn't be doing this ever. But yeah, no, this 5-5 is really clean. But I think it's because you set up a 3-mover. And you follow general good principles. But you can just do this every time if you do it on CFOP. So it's like, it's just, things are a little bit harder for you. Like, I don't know. I want to see the 7-3 again. That's actually not as... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Because this doesn't seem that inefficient. 1, 2... Actually, I'm going to put this in slow-mo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 move EO cross. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 move cross plus 1. You should never get a 14 move cross plus 1 if you are doing CFOP. I mean, very rarely. Also, you can prioritize more Argugen stuff. Like here, you can do this with variety, and you get the same orientation for this corner. So if you do U, RU2 R prime, LU2 L prime, then this corner stays here, and then you keyhole, and then you get the same type of situation going forward. You don't need to do lefty here, because now you're forced into like a growth shift in the right. Just putting you on game. Just putting you on free game. Maybe I've underestimated ZB or ZZ a little bit. But still, I don't think it's worth it. Unless you think it's fun, then sure. Have at it, man. Title, crying, laughing emoji. I mean, apparently I have to comment on ZZ in 2025. See, look, I did one rotation and that's all. Because I, like, am smart and I didn't do pair order bad. And, like, you can do that every time. Thanks for the critique. I got you, G. I mean, it was nothing crazy. That's just what I saw there. Shoot, maybe I should critique ZZ. Okay, this all was bad. But also the fact that you don't care about EOs in CFOP makes it to where CFOP is good, because then you do care about EOs and you can like orient edges like during other solutions. The end game is Zhuanyi starting to consider EOs instead of fourth pair. I don't think for Zhuanyi it actually makes that big of a difference. Because he already... Well... Because he's not a TPS kid, I guess is what I'm saying. I also don't think he, like, rotates excessively. Anyone can see that deep? Yeah, I mean, how often is Zhuanyi really even, like, doing bad EOs, though? I feel like I don't see it that much. See, look, that's all was a ZZ solve, but I had an oriented first pair, I had two bad edges, rotated, they were all good, because I also had an edge that didn't change when I rotated. I'm about to have two good edges as my start. I'm about to have three good edges. My only bad edge is my front left slot, and that's for 1, 2, like, if I ignore all of this, I have one rotation, and that was essentially a ZZ solve. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're just good with CFOP, you just don't, like, it's not even hard. See, this one sucks, though. Because we have, like... Oh, wait, this... Okay, see? This is why you think about EOs, because if I do the most standard cross solution, like U prime, R prime, F, R prime, this edge is bad in this layer, this edge is bad in this layer, and this edge is bad in this layer. So I have three bad edges in the middle layer. But it's fine, because, like, honestly, I have one good edge, and since I knew that it was bad, now I, like, option select, and then I don't have to rotate. I only rotated once, even though I had three bad edges in the middle layer. Do I think I'll main the V2? I really like it. I need to still experiment with setup a bit. Because there's not to deny the things you said, but you should also acknowledge that some of your skill issues could just be the issue of the solver, not the entire method. Yeah, I agree. Like, I think if we taught Yiheng ZZ, like, he would be really good. My thing is that I think ZZ is just too rigid in needing to do the EO prior, that you kind of miss out on some of the easy cases if you just like compromise on that a little bit. Like, instead of orienting all your last layer edges, maybe like, oh shit, what do I do here? Instead of orienting all your last layer edges, like, ignore those, and instead of orienting all your actual edges, you can like orient all but one of them, and then like that's pretty close to ZZ. Like, I don't know. I think if you just focus on EO and F2L, like as a CFOP solver, you will you'll be a lot better for it. Cause see, I'm about to have 3 oriented edges, because I'm gonna do B prime, R, D prime, F, R. This edge becomes good. This edge is good. This edge is bad in the backside, but like I know I'm only gonna have one rotation for this whole F2L. And I didn't even have to rotate because I did one of them with F moves. Like, so even though I didn't, that keeping a bad edge here and there isn't the end of the world. Yeah, exactly. It's like, just because you have a bad edge doesn't mean you need to rotate. Like, I had a bad edge there, but I solved it with F moves, and the ergonomics weren't necessarily compromised because of that, and it still ended up being good. People who use bad methods will always be like, it's not the method, it's the solvers. Like, okay, maybe your solvers are bad too. Yeah, I don't know. See, that was bad. I shouldn't have done F moves there. I should have rotated and entered it with L moves. Are there good cases involving bad edges? Yeah, all the time. Okay, here's a good one. This is a bad edge. But if I do this back insert, this becomes a 3-mover, or a free pair. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for last 2 pairs. This is a bad edge. But I know if I do this insert, this gives a multi-slot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. ZZ doesn't have that, because you wouldn't be, like, you would never have that situation. I guess this isn't really what I'm looking at. That's a dyllymilly exclusive? Oh yeah. Dude, this one's so fire too. I love this one. Not all EO pairs are good. Yeah, sometimes you get like this, and this is like long. Imagine you get 4 of these. Like, bro. I mean, this is good, but like, whatever. I'm trying to think there's another one. Oh, dude, yeah, this. So this is a bad edge in the middle layer, but if I sledge this, it becomes a 3-mover. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 7-move, last 2 pairs. Yeah, this is multi-slide is good too. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 moves. This is a nice multi-slot. Like, this is a bad edge, this is a bad edge, but you can do all these without rotating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-move last 2 pairs. Like, there's a lot of instances of like, you bad edges aren't always bad. Oh, that one right there was a good example too. I did a, oh shit. I did the I did what, this? Yeah, this isn't even bad. This is a 3-mover, so this is a bad edge, this is a bad edge. But when you do the wide F insert first, it's like 2 good edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 move last 2 pairs. Again, like, Hopefully the idea is making sense, but bad edges aren't always bad. Sometimes you need to rotate for them, but like if you're smart, it should be very minimal. No, I've never tried paper coding. Like, look at that. That was I had bad edges, but I dealt with them effectively. I didn't need to rotate. So, hopefully that makes sense. Oh, shit. I look like Sam Sulek's brother. That's insane. I'm definitely not ripped. Anywho, that was a good rant. I look dead on like Sam Sulek's brother. What's up with people liking Sam Sulek? See, there I rotated to do the ZVLS because I'm bad. But I got a ZB. Patrick, I don't know if you're still here, but that's like a random... Okay, see, this last two pairs sucked, but like I got bailed out by a PL skip. That is like a random LZD that I just. Oh, I was doing it with the inverse, actually. That's why. Do ZBers know the backslot cases? What do you mean? Which one? Like backslot ZBLS? Dyllymilly versus ZBers. I mean, just get good at CFOP, bro. Like, it's really not hard. That solve had multiple bad edges, but I didn't. Did I rotate for him? No. Was my ergonomics bad? No. It's like. The entire idea behind, like. I don't know. The entire idea behind ZZ is just flawed. Because it's saying that bad edges are always bad, rotations are always bad when if you allow yourself to have bad edges and rotations, then you can rotate and then orient an edge without having to do moves. Isn't that like super cool? Anyway, hopefully that all makes sense. CFOP with easy characteristics? Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's not even, it's just like be smart. Like, I don't know. It's just don't be silly. Like, two people made bingo cards. I don't know. These method arguments are so fun to watch as an outsider. I mean, it's not even an argument. Like, I don't even think ZZ has ground to stand on. Am I crazy? Again, though, I'm only talking about like if you want to be a top level cuber. If people are saying viable and they have a completely different definition, and they're saying you can, if you dedicate yourself to it, get sub 8 with the method, then like sure, yeah, you can, but. What do I do for a living? Yeah, what Ryan said. I coach, actually. Coaching is my job at the moment. Hopefully for the foreseeable future, but oh, I guess I didn't announce it. I guess I don't know. Chat, I'm officially sponsored by Milieu. I think ZZ's argue that ZZ equals CFOP at least. Yeah, but it doesn't. I have 22 students a week. But I think I just got 2 more. I need to like figure out schedules with them. But yeah, I'm at like 22 hours a week, 24 hours a week ish, maybe. I don't see them argue while it's almost as good as CFOP. I just think, again, like my entire argument is that CFOP is just like if you just apply ZZ concepts to CFOP, it's better. Like there's, because like the whole reason that ZZers use ZZ over CFOP is because of these like misconceptions on what is bad about CFOP. So like just get good. Yo, chill, bro. Chill. Don't bring up the iPhone 16. That's a little sore subject. Where would you go for coaching? I have a cubing coaching services announcement video, which is on my channel. Message me through my email or Instagram. I recommend you watch the video first, just to kind of understand what the services are a little bit better. So, yeah, do that. And then if you're interested in either one-time critique or like weekly sessions, then message me through Instagram or my email. Email is where I'll probably reach you quicker. But yeah. My PB. Everything in this is a lie. Everything in this session is a PB. So PB single is 288, PB average is 462, PB AO7 controller, AO12, AO50, AO25, AO100. These are all PBs. So take a quick look. Go back if you want. I'm not ready to go there. I don't know, man. I really like the V2. The V2's really good. Actually, I'll work on my main session because I've been in here for a while. Yeah, it's possible I get WR. The chances that I do it, unlikely. But yeah, it's possible. I wouldn't ever bet on it. Damn. need to adjust the tensions on this. This cube's a little too... Did I see Ying 308? Yes. I made a video on it. You should check it out. Yeah. Yeah. There was people in the comments saying that ZZ was like good, so I had to break their heart. 2 months the average 25? That's pretty good. Bro, Maddie commented on the video. He said, bro trying to be me for real. That's so fire. Dang. Failed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Chat. Getting bad. I know that one with last layer before anyone tries to call me out. Some people use the V perm with the rotation. I don't. I do because I can't do the RUDiog well. I've tried it. It doesn't work for me. I don't know why. So I've stuck to that one. I really don't think it makes a big difference. Like, PLL out choice is like going to be one of the least determinate things of your solve. So. it's just as fast. Some people say it's faster. I don't really think it makes a difference. Again, like the PLL alg I use does not really matter. But like in a vacuum, I guess, I don't know. Some people say the RUD one is better. Some people say the rotation one's better. It doesn't really matter. Just, I mean, unless you're doing something really bad. But like, if you're doing one of the standard options, like anyone who's telling you, oh, don't do that alg, it's so bad, they're probably just a fan of last layer algs. It doesn't really make a difference. Dang, man. Yeah, learn RUD G perms for sure. This is a Super Waylon version 2. I don't know what I want to do here. There's like some tech. Oh, it's pretty clean. Hey. Swanee could get first sub 3, yeah. He needs probably LL skip. Like plan 3 pairs LL skip. Or plan full F2L and then like really easy ZB, but I think that's less likely. Better at 4x4. Four turn slower. You're probably inefficient in cross edges. Make sure your transition from cross edges to centers is better. Turn slower. Look ahead. Yiheng uses wide U move GB. Oh yeah, GB I do the wide, like he does the F move one like this. I do that for GB, but I think GB is the only one that's worth. Favorite event after 3 in Mega. 5 out of 5. But like, I practiced 5 more like a few months ago. I haven't really practiced much recently. Do I think Yang cares more about 3x3 WR single, average, or world championship? Probably world championship. Because he already has 3x3 average. He doesn't care if he loses. Like, he's had so many. He just got single. He's probably, like, hyped that he got it. Because he's been, like, really close to it for a while. But he's probably pissed at losing Worlds 2023. I think that's a storyline that's not talked about enough. Is like, this is low-key the Yihang revenge arc, bro. Like, Yihang has everything to lose at Worlds and also everything to prove. It's actually the Yihang revenge arc. Shwani win Worlds? Yeah, it's possible. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Keep your deserve an extra in finals? Hell no! Hell no! That'd be the most Mickey Mouse championship ever. Yeah, this is Felix 2013. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly the same. Because Felix was by far the favorite to win 2011. And then now Yihang was by far the favorite to win 2023. Lost. So now he's gotta get his get back. Yihang Tim on 20. I think it'll probably be, most likely it will be Timon and Shwani like switch. I think Shwani second is a lot more likely, but it could be any order of those three. I think if anyone besides those three makes it, it's like crazy. But yeah. Also, yo, Dylan Miller, ZB, Recog, Exec, kind of going insane. Damn it. You failed to consider Timon's clutch factor. The thing is like, Timon's my boy. Okay? But I really don't think his clutch factor matters when Shwani and Yihang just seem to be so much better. Like, he's clutch, sure, but he can only be as clutch as he is good. Even if Yihang throws, he still probably wins. You know what I mean? Yeah, what? Oh, which one you had last Worlds? Yeah, that's the thing, is like, unironically, Yihang could probably safety and win Worlds. It all depends on how well Shwani does. Because I think Shwani's the only one really putting pressure on him. I think Timon has a chance, but I don't think he's the one that's like applying pressure for Yihang to be like, oh, I gotta go out and like beat whatever he gets. He has to beat Shwani. Unless Shwani throws. I think we could see him safety solve 1. Because the whole thing about Worlds 2023 is like he went out there full sent solve 1 and then just choked. Like, he might just try to start on a more solid ground. And then from there, he'll feel better. And, like, then Sol 5 mistake doesn't really matter, you know? Safety for him being like 5-1? No, yeah, actually. Yeah. Oh, yes, I did. I don't know if I can talk about it. But yes, I will be doing stream commentary at Worlds 2025, if that is something that you were curious about. I will message you more in DMs, Ryan. This keyboard is the low free flow. I have a video on my channel about it. It's like a low profile keyboard. Do I use L move JA? Yeah, sometimes. It's not my main AUG, but yeah, I use it for certain AUFs. That's my main AUG. What U-perm do I use? I use like 4 U-perms. Actually 5? 6. I use 8 I don't know. I use okay. So I do the well, okay, no, I do 16 U-perms. It depends. Bro, I'm not a car guy. I threw. So I choose 1 out of 6. No, I choose 1 out of 8 for every U-perm, but like, yeah. It's kind of just instinct, but I know a lot of AUGs for them. 4 MU, 4 RU. Yeah, because I do MU. I do MU from the back. For both. I do MU from the front for both. I do RU from the front, and I do RU from the back. So I do 8. No, I do 8 AUGs. Because I do. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, it's 8, not 16. 16 is crazy. I do 8. Wait. Yeah, 4 each. Yeah. I'm stupid. Love from India. Yo, what's up, man? Appreciate you popping in. How do you improve look ahead? There's plenty of videos online. If you want my opinion, I only really do that for people that I coach. Well, if you're trying to put a compare after 20 moves, that's the problem. Unironic highlight of the week for +3s Manu's PB. That is preposterous. The 3x3 WR single just got broken. And we're talking about FMC. We're talking about FMC? Oh, Manu's 3x3 single. Oh! Based. Yeah, V10's pretty solid. No, Manu got like what, an 8 something? Oh no, that's what you're talking about. Oh, I see. That's not what you're talking about. My apologies. I'm kind of washed. Woo! Lefty T or U2T U2? U2T U2? You can also do like, is this what you're asking, like that? Oh no, yeah, you should do lefty T U2. Lost time, last pair. cool. Counting? That last little bit was kind of aura. I threw? What's up, Danny? Should have done OLCP. Bro, not even sub 6 with counting 4 or 5? Are you kidding me? My setup on my ferrocore is different than my V10, so if you don't have a ferrocore specifically, my setup doesn't really help you. Ryan, what are your plans for Mississippi champs? Are you gonna just drive straight to Mississippi? Or do you want to like meet me at my place and then I can drive both of us? Or I guess I could scoop Terry too, if Terry wants to stay. I don't know, I was just wondering. Full ZB for sure for sub 10 ATP. Yep. That's what the streets are saying. You're gonna drive there Friday night or Saturday morning? Bro, that's so miserable. Don't do Saturday morning. Although I don't know how far the drive is for you. I know it's like 2 hours for me, so like I assumed it was further for you. reason you can go is because it's closer than BR or Shreve. I see. Shit port. I bet. Wait, I have a comp this weekend, chat. I need to figure out a main. It's kind of huge. Okay, chat. I'm gonna dip. I'm not solving great. It's been like 2 hours. I got the main thing I wanted to say out there. I'm gonna post my first impressions on the Super Boy Long V2 coming up. It was supposed to come out today, but then WR happened, so I had to report on that. Anything else? I think that's about it. Okay, appreciate y'all for popping in. I'm gonna dip. Have a good one. I have a comp this weekend. I'll probably stream again. But expect another video from me this week. If not, I will stream. Appreciate y'all.